Hey, it's When I Feel Low here. How you doing? Would I love busking if I had to do it? If it were my job? I don't think I would, but I don't know for sure. So let's think about this. I remember a couple of Decembers ago, I was busking a lot because December is the month where I can make the most money because people are often in the giving spirit all month, and the data does pan out that I make the most that I'll make all year during that month. So I definitely make a point to busk way more during December. Now, one thing that does happen from playing a lot is I get better. It becomes second nature, more so than when I play less often. So that's good. But what I also found was that I kind of started to dread it a little bit. It wasn't exciting to go out that fifth day in a row. It wasn't fun. It was kind of like, this is a job and I just got to get through this. And I think that is a sad thing to get to that point. And so I wonder, there are people who are musicians that make a living doing music, and I wonder, do I just not love it enough? Do I not love music enough? Musicians, comment below. Tell me what you think as a full-time musician. Like, how is that for you? Do you look at it as a job, or do you sit there and go, well, you know, yes, I do look at it as a job, and of course there's good days and bad days, but it beats working a 9 to 5 behind a desk staring at a computer screen all day. Okay. Yes, I get that, and that is something I wonder. Is it true? Is it true? We all got to do something, right? We all got to do something to make money in this world. I just don't know if being a musician, playing music for a living, is something I could handle. It's beautiful out here. So let's go back to expand on like the experience I had playing all the time and why I love kind of where I'm at now and where I mostly am with busking compared to that grind where it's like I have to do this to make as much money as possible, which is what I was trying to do during December. And the reason that I was trying to do that is I don't need the money to survive. But, you know, the hobby does have some expenses, and I kind of was like, you know, it would be nice if the hobby paid for all those expenses. And so the goal was, that's usually where I do make up the money in December. And the hobby includes these YouTube videos and the equipment that you got to buy for busking, which I've already pretty much purchased everything I need for the busking. And now I've kind of purchased like a nice amount of equipment for the YouTube part of it. But there's always going to be additional things, you know, like, oh, I want to like now add this piece of equipment into the creative process, you know, to make it that much more productive. I know you don't need a lot of equipment, but you know, it just depends on what your workflow is. So I was doing these busks almost every day in December, or at least I think it's not every day. It comes out to like every other day when you spread it out, like just do the average. I probably bust 2 weeks out of the month of December. So the rest of the year, you know, for the most part, I'd go out 1 day a week on the weekend. And you know, that's perfect. It's perfect. It's just like, it's enough to keep the chops up so you don't completely like get messed up and you can't play guitar anymore and you can't sing anymore. It keeps your instrument and your skill level at a nice, you know, up to snuff. But and I got to say, lately, this year, 2026, I have not been maintaining a once a week busking schedule. That's okay. There's life, there's things going on, you know, I gotta balance things out, and so I do it when I can. Right now, I think my schedule is roughly every 3 to 5 weeks I'm doing a busk. But yes, busking, the freedom of busking, the flexibility of busking, being able to just, first of all, you want to go busking, you just put your stuff in the car, drive not so far in my case, and I can be ready to play within 20 minutes from that moment that I leave the house to the point I'm playing. I mean, how freaking convenient is that? And I don't have to stay there if I suddenly feel like I want to leave. Anything happens, I can leave. I don't feel, I gotta, you know, like suddenly, you know, I just start to feel woozy. So what? Then leave, man. And there's no like, hey, I'm sorry everyone, I gotta go. Nobody's sitting there watching me. I don't have a captive audience. So it's on my terms, and that's a beautiful thing. And I don't know if I'd ever want that to change. Just the idea of like, you know, like suddenly now a gig is offered. I said I would take a gig. I'm up for gigs. But yes, that's a commitment right there. And there's going to be some level of you know, you're going to be expected. There's expectations there to do a certain thing, to perform a certain way, all that. And yes, there's an expectation that I'll get paid. So it's a give and take. Busking is so much more easygoing. No expectations. The audience isn't expecting anything. I'm not expecting anything. Whatever happens, happens. And if I make money, that's awesome. If I don't make money, it still's awesome, because usually there's other things that happen that are still awesome besides making money. I have rarely had a busk where I was like, man, that sucked. That fucking sucked. You know, never. I'm not never. Rarely, like I said. So, I mean, I've busked almost 200 times at this point, and that's a pretty good track record to be able to say, you know what, there wasn't that many times that I can think of that I was like, this sucked. So busking is freedom, and I don't want to ruin that by making it my full-time job or trying to make it my full-time job. Let me know what you think. If you're a musician, let me know. What is it like to be a full-time musician? Is it rough? Do you have to make a lot of sacrifices to make that happen? If you're a busker like me who just does it for a hobby, let me know. Talk to me about it. I'd love to hear from you. I really appreciate you watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Peace.